Hello. Welcome back to the Play Ratings. It's the first ratings of the season for 2025-2026. And Lou and I will be discussing the brilliant Community Shield victory over Liverpool yesterday at Wembley. As you see on the screen, we're on the road to 10K. If you could like, subscribe, we really would appreciate it. And let's get into it. Lou, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm all right. Disclaimer: we're filming this just after the CAS ruling, CAS ruling that we're in the Conference League. They'll probably see a live stream anyway, but
they will be, yeah.
It is what it
Disappointing, but
is.
exactly, we have to move on.
I'm
It's
just
disappointing. So
I'm just stressing that how the flights went from £100 to like £400 in the space of 20 minutes.
That is ridiculous, by the way. But anyway, so Palace won the Community Shield, first time in our history. Brilliant performance, brilliant shootout win. I was supposed to go to the match. Disclaimer: I had 2 tickets. My wife didn't want to fly at this time. She's gonna kill me. I keep saying it on screen. She's gonna kill me about that. But anyway, it's the truth. But my nephew went to go. He's the only really Palace fan in my family. He's the one I stay with. So I'm really happy he got to go. He loved the game, sent me videos, stuff like that. So, but I wasn't there, Lou, and you were. So I know you got a vlog. By the way, Lou's got a brilliant vlog coming out later on. Check that out. But Lou, how was it there? You and D were there.
Yeah. It was a great day. It was a bit more relaxed than the FA Cup final. It was kind of like you can kind of enjoy it. It was the same ritual in the Green Man. A few beers there. It was definitely a good atmosphere in the stadium. No tifos because of Wembley Stadium. Probably got the boss call, the black SUV call from UEFA saying they didn't want to see anything. But they still got something out there.
They did.
But yeah, good atmosphere. Another great win. 3 trips to Wembley in the space of 3-4 months.
Yeah,
which is
April, May, and then August, man.
Which is unheard of in my lifetime, your lifetime. So I'm happy, man.
Yeah. I wanted to put something up about the match because I thought it was interesting how the match played out. So first half, possession-wise, dominated by Liverpool. Obviously, they were up 2-1, but the XG is the first thing I want to look at because XG for us was 0.93, for Liverpool 0.11. We had more shots than they had, but they obviously had 2 on target, which both went in. We'll get into details of that. So, and then I want to look at, just compare that to really quickly to the XG and the possession in second half. Possession went up by 11% for us, but look at the XG for Liverpool. It actually went up, and they didn't score in the second half, which shows that the quality chances they had, but how great the defense was in the game. We'll get to Henderson first. Go ahead.
I think it was the opening minute, wasn't it, of the second half? They had a big chance. That was probably like a lot of their XG just there. And then the Salah chance, that's the 2 chances.
Exactly. And then obviously at the end of the match, there are the stats. I want to pop that real quick, but let's jump into actually the individual performances. So let me take this off for a bit. I'll start with the goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. Both gave him a 9. I was a little worried first half, not going to lie. He faced 2 shots, conceded 2. The first goal, honestly, either Daichi or Richard could probably get the block on, but they don't. It's a good shot. Great shot by Ekitike. Real quick, Verts and Etikite together are going to be a problem. Their movement is brilliant. Their passing is really, really good. Their chemistry is very, very good. And it was a really good shot, good goal. The second goal, the Frimpong goal, I still don't know how he scores that, but I watched it like 10 times back. He puts a little chip, and he's put out to the back post to some of the head, but the loft on it and the goal were ridiculous. I'm not blaming Henderson for any of the goals. He did a great job second half in making key saves on Szoboszlai, 71st minute, or Szoboszlai, however you want to say it. It's the Salah one you talked about earlier, and then there was one save real late on Harvey Elliott. 3 saves in total, 15 out of 24 accurate passing, not great in long balls. But I thought, honestly, he was very good. And of course, the penalty shootout, I mean, absolutely brilliant to make the saves that he made. And then obviously we're in the cap and his doffing the cap or whatever. But Henderson to me, brilliant. But your thoughts on Henderson?
Yeah, great performance. Good save from Salah. It was a tough one to hold because it was fired straight into him. I think it helps that they've got the relationship with the back five and the three centre backs. Yeah, really good performance, and yeah, it's probably quite surreal for him after the saving the penalty against Man City and then going back to the Community Shield and being a hero once again. So yeah, great performance from Hendo. By the way, if anyone was that Frimpong goal, if anyone was at West Ham away when Elise scored in the last minute, and it was deflected and looped in, exactly the same.
Right.
It either looks like it's going 50 yards wide, and then you just see the net ripple, and that's exactly what it was. I was at the same sort of angle as well. I was just at the left, so I just saw it loop, and then it just hit the net, and it was exactly the same as that. If anyone was at that West Ham game, they'll know.
The difference is though, Frimpong didn't take a deflection. Looked like it did, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying the trajectory.
Yeah. Which is why I'm trying to say that. So I'm trying to say I don't understand how he does that without a deflection. You know what I mean? Without a deflection, that's a brilliant chip/cross. But anyway, next, Danny Munoz. You go first. We both gave him a 9. Thoughts on Munoz?
I feel like he was our biggest output in the first half. That diagonal ball from Gahey across to Munoz, push Kirkes back, push Gakpo back where they didn't really want to be, and Kirkes he's not the fastest. I think he's really good technically, and I think Munoz really troubled him. It was a shame we got in good positions, and he put in a few good crosses. We just didn't really get anything on the end of them. But yeah, I thought he was unbelievable up and down. You see other people getting cramped, scared of Munoz.
Yeah. I put the stats up. Duels 110, tackles 1-7, crosses 6. I have to admit, I think it's a big statement I'm about to make. His most complete performance in a Palace shirt. He was brilliant going forward. You're right about pushing back Kirkes so he couldn't attack as much. Gakpo a couple of times got open, but then I remember there's one time when Saar made like a 50-yard run to kind of make up for it because Munoz was in the box. But everything we did in the first half that was good was through Munoz. He put in a great cross early that Mitchell almost scored on. He was 22 of 28 passing, created 3 chances, had 6 recoveries, 4 out of 7 tackles, 1. Excellent going forward. There was a ball that he put in late first half that he should have put it low to Saar. That Saar just did, put it too high. But honestly, Munoz was so dangerous, and I thought that he really caused a lot of problems. We needed that. We couldn't have both Kirkes and Frimpong bombing up both wings, and having Munoz on one side really pinned him back, which I thought was great. Go on to Tyreek Mitchell, 8.5 from me, 9 from you. I thought Ty was brilliant, especially defensively. Again, I mentioned just now he did get into the box a few times, but honestly, trying to deal with Frimpong/Salah, it was really Frimpong because Salah was mainly dealt with by Gahey. We'll get to him in a minute, but I thought Ty was really, really good. 18 out of 20 passing, excellent efficiency, excellent defensively, 2 clearances, 4 recoveries. Yes, Frimpong got the goal, but you can't blame Ty for that because Ty was there. I mean, again, everybody thought he deflected it, but I thought Ty was very, very good. I love the fact that he did get a little break with Sosa coming on, but it wasn't like he wasn't playing well. He did really well. But your thoughts on Ty Mitchell?
That was my prediction pre-season that he was going to go to another level, and I thought he was really good today. I thought the composure to give the ball to Saar was good. He didn't look phased playing against Salah. I think Salah always does well or scores against us, but I always think Mitchell does not give him an easy day. Like Salah has to really work for what he gets when he scores against us. And yesterday he was anonymous. I thought Ty was really good. Really glad to see we can actually bring him off after 60, 70 because he's got to do so much work.
Yep, exactly.
It then preserves him and allows him to be at the top of his game next week.
Underrated that is, but you're right about Salah. Prior to yesterday, 9 goals in 40 matches against Palace. I mean, he just scored all the time. So yeah, I thought Ty was brilliant. Next, our captain Mark Gahey. We both gave him a 9. Unfortunately, based on Parish's comments, it might be his last game or one of his last games for Parish. I might be selling him. But your thoughts on Mark Gahey, who we both obviously really, really appreciate?
It's weird because I thought back to last season, and every time we've done our ratings, I kept saying, "Enjoy it, enjoy it. It's not gonna last.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last." And he's still
And
here
now,
and he's still playing.
yeah.
Parrish's interview or thing with Bobby that came out this morning wasn't the most inspiring thing to read this morning. It kind of set the tone for the rejection of the Casa pill. But yeah, unbelievable Gay. He is normal. Got a bit of cramp, but yeah, that was just a Mark Gay performance. He's like when managers say, "Oh, I just want someone that will give you a 7 out of 10 every week." This guy gives you 9 out of 10 every week.
Man, yeah, it is. Yeah. 45 out of 51 passing, 88%. Most touches in the match, as you can see, 62. Defensively, 6 clearances, 4 headed, an interception, a recovery, and again, I would say that he really helped or was on Salah a lot, and I thought he was brilliant. He made a great recovery, runs when he needed to. On that left side, he just makes Ty so much better. I'm going to say now we're going to miss him. I know it's inevitable he's going to be leaving, and we can't let him go for free. Now that I think about it, Parrish is right, but he's going to be missed because he's been a great captain, man. The guy got to lift 2 trophies for Palace. I'll never ever not love that. So
I love the fact that he led the
Joe Ward,
celebrations to Joe Ward. Yeah,
brilliant. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's stuff that you can't even like put a tag on. It's like he just knew that was the right thing to do, and then obviously Mateta comes over, Lacroix comes over, everybody comes over. I thought that was brilliant. But that's the kind of person is, man. I'm telling you, class 100% the whole way. One of his partners in the back, Lacroix, I thought it was quiet. I gave him an 8, you gave him a 9. Just real quick stats wise, 34 out of 46 passing wasn't his best passing, but defensively, very solid. 2 clearances, 1 headed, 3 recoveries, 1 is only ground duel, 1 2 out of 3 aerial duels. I think the issue that he had, honestly, is the Ekatike. I have the hard time saying the guy's name because it's a, movement. He was very good at going out left, dropping into the pockets, dropping to the right. So Lacroix didn't really want to kind of follow him and then leave the middle open. So it was a little difficult. But I think overall, Lacroix was excellent. I mean, I gave him an 8, but he could have been a little bit higher. We did concede 2 goals. None of them were his fault, obviously. But your thoughts on Lacroix?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. You covered that bit. I think maybe on the ball he was a bit wasteful sometimes. A few balls in behind that were just a bit of nothing balls. But Glasner spoke about he wanted balls in behind, so that's what the game plan was. It was just an execution. But as I said, like you're playing against probably top 3 best team in Europe, so you got to expect some mistakes or some misplaced passes.
Let's move on to Chris Richards. Gave him an 8, you gave him a 9. You go first on Richards. What your thoughts? How when he played?
It's probably a testament that he didn't. I can't really remember much that happened with him. So I think when you're playing against that team, there was a few 1v1s with Gakpo and stuff like that, but I feel like he wasn't really troubled. It was just a good performance. I wanted to give everyone in the back line a 9. I thought everyone was really good. Gahey probably the best out of the 3, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very solid again. You're right about not standing out, but I will pull out a play in a second that was standing out for me. 39 out of 47 passing, 83%. Had that header from the Wharton corner, almost scored on.
Yeah.
A great opportunity. 2 out of 4 long ball passes getting a lot better. 1 out of 1 tackles, 2 blocks, 2 clearances, 1 headed, 3 recoveries, 2 out of 3 ground duels, 1. And what I will point out is this: on the second goal for Sarr, he's the one that makes the pass to Wharton, and we'll get to Wharton in a minute on that brilliant pass to Sarr for the goal. That is a very important play. Obviously, Hughes makes a tackle on Gakpo, but it's Richards who plays that ball. Without that ball to Wharton, we don't get that goal. So, Richards was very, very today. Great performance. Move on to the midfield. We'll go to Kamada first because he didn't get to finish out the match. Both game of 6. I actually thought he made one funny one up. He was 6 out of 7 passing. He made one really bad pass right at the beginning of the match. He tried to play the ball wide and it went out. After that, I thought he did really well. Drove the ball down the wing, won a corner kick, which when he injured his knee. But I thought he was solid. But funny enough, his replacement for me turned the game. We'll get to him later on. But again, I thought Kamada was coming into the game. Again, the injury kind of messed him up. But I didn't think he played poorly. But having Hughes come on when he did was important. But your thoughts on Kamada?
Yes, it's hard to really give a rating to someone when they've
Yeah,
come
yeah,
off injured, but
yeah.
yeah, he was. I think you can't really blame him for the first goal. Everyone was a bit wasn't
Slow.
really really sharp. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
not really much to talk. Hopefully, he only missed one game.
Wharton, Adam Wharton. I gave him 8. You gave him a 9. You go first.
I thought it was unbelievable in the second half. I thought first half there was a few misplaced passes. Even in the second
Yep.
half there was a couple as well. But that's just him finding his groove. Also, you're playing. It's not just easy to pick out great passes every single time. So I don't mind when he has those games where he might have a few misplaced passes because when it really mattered, he played Sarin beautifully. But yeah, I thought he kept us ticking in that second half. It was like Hughes was like the one getting the turnovers and helping us in transition. And he was. It's like as soon as we get the ball, everyone's first thought is where's Wharton to then make the
Yep.
pass.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it seems like the game plan is. You win it, you give it to Wharton, you give it to Ebbs to make things happen. So yeah, he's listen. I love the kid, man. He's probably one of my favorite players to watch in the team.
Yeah, my 8's definitely down to the first half. I actually wrote down in my notes, poor first half. He was 8 out of 16, 50%, but he
Mm.
ended up being 25 out of 37, 68%, 3 chances created, and he had 11 passes in the final third, more than anybody else. But we have to talk about obviously the pass for the goal. I'm sure you've seen the replay, the slow replay they put on social media on that ball. It's such a brilliant pass. I mean, think about, you're right. When we play, we look to get the ball to Wharton for a reason. It's the way that he can see a pass that other players can't see. He said he was brought up as a number 10 when he was a kid. He just knows how to look forward. It's a great ball, a great finish by Saar. At a key moment, we had to get that, obviously, trying to get that equalizer, not leave it too late. But I thought Wharton really grew into the game. I said it last year, I'll say it again this year. It's just funny how in a midfield 2, which really a forward, you can get a wing back, let's say the midfield central 2, doesn't matter who's in there, Wharton's the one that gets it going. If it's Kamada's fine. If it's Hughes, it's Hughes. If it's Lermer, if it's hopefully at some point Decore. But it's amazing. He is always going to be the key. I know you call him the Oracle. I mean, we joke about it, but he is so important to us. And just again yesterday showed why he's worth 100 million to me, because he's that good of a player.
Mm.
So yeah,
Definitely.
Eze, 8 from me, 7.5 from you. I'll go first. I thought that he got off to a slow start. I thought he was kind of quiet. Did play a couple of really nice balls into Munoz. I mean, a lot of the Munoz stuff on the right was because Evans was getting in the ball. Let me go quickly to some stats. 23 out of 26 passing, excellent efficiency, 88%. Had 3 shots, and the one that Allison saved late was a great opportunity. Actually, had a really good save by Allison. 2 out of 4 successful dribbles, 5 recoveries, 4 out of 10 ground duels, 1. Grew into the game. Great ball for Saar when he was. I think that was the one that actually for the. Was that the ball for the? Was that he was involved in the penalty, right? Because it went to Mateta first, and yeah, I think he was involved in the penalty
Yeah.
stuff. But really did really well. Again, grew into the second half. Very, very key to us kind of going toe for toe Liverpool's second half, which obviously was more prevalent than it was in the first half. But your thoughts on Ebbs?
Yeah, I thought Ebbs was good. One thing that he probably oozes more than anyone else in our team is when he gets the ball, there's zero panic. Like he doesn't care who he's playing against. He will glide past you. He will stand
Great
you up.
point.
Whether it's
Yeah.
Frimpong, Kirkes, Soboslai, any single one of them. Like he looks at them like I'm better than you. Like I will go past you. And when you have a player on your team like that, you can really trust them. You can give them the ball and know that he can retain it. Obviously, sometimes he might be a bit slower because he's so confident in his ability. He can end up losing it. But I think in the second half, like he was getting the ball a bit further out wide, and he'd glide in and he'd play those a little outside of the ball, outside of the right foot, and try and link up. He was one that laid it off to Devaney as well, wouldn't he, for the chance at the end? Was it him?
Yeah.
So
It was.
and
Great point about that. Yeah.
I feel like he laid that on a plate for Devaney. Obviously, it was just unlucky it was on his right foot.
Right foot. Yeah.
Even though he hit it quite clean, I thought that had gone in. I thought that went in from where I was sitting, the angle. He goes probably from an 8.5 to a 7.5 just for his penalty. I can't take that run up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're Ivan Toney or Bruno Fernandes and you score 95% of your penalties, just yeah. And he's not even hitting it hard enough.
Yeah, facts. I mean, he's definitely deserved the highest score, but that penalty, I just can't take it anymore because again, and also you have to also elevate it. You can't hit it low because if you hit it low and you hit it to the, and the goalie, when you hit it high, the goalie has to not only dive, he has to dive high, but if you hit it low, he just has to dive. You know what I mean? The same trajectory. I don't understand why he does that. I mean, look at Sarr. For example, look at Sarr. Sarr is similar, but Sarr has more conviction and he elevates it all the time. So again, those penalties are not going to work for me. But speaking of Sarr, man of the match, 9.5. Let's honestly, it could have been a 10. 10 from you. I'll go first because he was the one player I thought, well, Munoz also, whose levels didn't drop off from minute 1 to minute 90 plus because I thought he was on it from the beginning. Only had 30 touches. Every one of them was important. I mean, involved in the first goal, obviously, because he wins the penalty. Again, it was a cross that he just missed from Munoz in that first half. Obviously, a brilliant goal off a brilliant pass from Wharton. Just caused them problems all the whole time. The funny thing, he always gives Liverpool problems, and you have to have a player, we talked about last year, who has the ability to get behind the defense, and he got behind the defense. Poor defending by Van Dijk, by the way, but who cares? But brilliant. And then watch a well-taken goal. It reminded me a little bit of the Villa goal, obviously not off the post, but his calmness in front of the goal is amazing for a guy. I mentioned it last year when he scored the goal against the goal when Mateta was injured. That would have been who got relegated? Was it not Southampton? Remember the goal he scored when Mateta was injured? The winning goal. It's a relegated side. Ipswich, right? His ability to finish as a person who's not only a quote unquote striker is unbelievable. 14-19 passing. That's not gonna really say, but again, 4 touches in opposition box, all important. 4 recoveries. Again, he made a great run, I thought, which people may not have seen, to run back and tackle Gakpo when Munoz was in the box after he was trying to press. I thought he was really, really good. Man of the match. And he could have gone to Munoz too, honestly, or even Henderson, but I thought Sarr was absolutely fantastic. Your thoughts on Sarr?
I don't know. I just feel like he's gone from how can a player in one season is probably gone from cult hero to probably he's a Palace legend now. I reckon. I think you can't really deny a brace against Brighton, 2 goals in the FA Cup semi-final, which I think will go down as Palace's best ever performance. I know when we won the FA Cup final, like that was the best moment, best day of our lives. But if we're talking about complete performances, I don't think Palace have really produced something like that in such a big game, a 3-0 demolition, and he was just unbelievable. And then he scored the winner in the Community Shield as well. He's electric. He's electric, and when he's going that way, he's really good. And we spoke about it before. Like I'm happy with sometimes him not being as good 1v1 or not being able to beat players from like standing positions because he produces that. And his finishing, by the way, is very underrated.
It's unbelievable
in 1v1 situations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Next, Jean-Philippe Mateta, 8.5 from me, 9.5 from you. You go first. Your thoughts on JP?
I love him. I love the penalty. I love the celebration. He's playing against probably would you say that's the best centre back partnership in Europe? Probably
one of for sure.
One of
probably up there too.
And they're playing against 2 very physical players. Konate is probably, I would say, I've never seen a centre back that strong at the moment. He's an absolute unit. Konate. Van Dijk's the classy one. Although that I don't know what he was doing, playing offside, and he gave the penalty away. So it was Van Dijk was, and he kind of had the cheek to say we need more strikers. I was thinking, mate, you was the reason.
More defenders.
2 goals. Yeah. But yeah, and he stuck to his game, and he's an absolute. From when I can see Konate and Van Dijk aren't enjoying the game, he's a real nuisance, and he got his Wembley boom, which was class.
Yeah. Funny enough, he only had 16 touches, but all of them were so important. His hold up play was good, link up play again, involved in the penalty because again he gets brought down first, then Sarr gets brought down. Again Van Dijk who had a nightmare of a game. He had 3 shots. Yeah, he had the one late that he scuffed with his, I guess, his right footy or left foot over the bar. But great penalty in a pressure situation against a very good goalkeeper in Allison. Then in the shootout, scored the penalty again. As my son says, he goes to the same side all the time. It's funny how people don't really recognize it. He doesn't really like to switch it up that much, but again, I like him as a penalty kick taker. I mean, he might miss, and by the way, he's only missed one. People think he missed more. The only one he missed was the Villa game. But it's just because I guess the West Ham went under the goalkeeper's body, whatever. But I love him as a player. Everybody knows how big of a fan I am. Very important. He had to play. Unfortunately, he had to play the entire match because, again, we didn't have anybody to bring on. But I thought he ran his socks off, worked hard, drew the yellow card on Kanate, gave Kanate fits, gave Van Dijk fits, occupied both of them when he had to. Did a brilliant job. I thought JP was fantastic yesterday. Let's get to the subs real quick. Go to the most important one for me. That's Will Hughes. 8.5 for me, 9 from you. I said it before. I just thought when he came on, he changed the match. It was unfortunate that Kamara got that injury, but I thought when Hughes came on, just got stuck in. I don't know how to say it. Just got stuck in. There were a couple of times when Liverpool tried to counterattack. He made tackles. He made the tackle on Gakpo, which led to the second goal. 5 recoveries, 2 clearances, 1 out of 2 tackles, 1. Passing 27 out of 35. He was immense. And again, having a person or a player like that to come on for Kamara and just not go in and just do a job, but do a job to another level and help us to win a match was brilliant. I thought Hughes was so important to come on. I thought he did really good. Your thoughts on Hughes?
Do you know what it was? He didn't show Liverpool any respect. That's what it was. That's what was needed. Yeah. Like he was just through him. Like he was great. Unbelievable performance from Hughes, and he shows why he deserved a 2-year deal, because he's still performing to that high level. And I think it's all the manager. I even, the speech of after the game came out, we just watched it, and I'm watching it. I'm thinking, I want to get on the pitch. I want to play for him. Do you know, I want to do. I feel like we're going to the training ground. Just like, if you need me, I'm here. Do you know what I mean? Like he's crazy. When someone like that is the manager, like, and someone like Hughes, his personality as well. It's just, I think it's just a match made in heaven.
Yep.
Because he's really good technically. He's got a great technical base. I think he was a number 10 as when he was a bit younger.
He was at Derby.
Yeah,
he was
so he's a number 10. So he's got that technical ability
and the thought.
Yeah. Mix that with the hunger and desire. It's perfect. Hughes, listen, I love him, and he's definitely maybe not legend, but he's serious cult hero status. And he'll be remembered for 50, 60, 70 years.
We'll back every time. Yeah,
we'll talk about Hughes to my grandkids. That he's that type of player. Same way someone like Michael Hughes is still spoken about.
Yeah, it's a great point. The penalty against Sunderland.
Yeah. He's of that but a bit more.
Jefferson Lerman, both games 7. Nothing to really speak about except that Gahey gets the cramp. He comes on. He has 3 out of 4 passing. Again, right? Just comes on like he did in the cup final and just does his job. No mistakes. Solid. Your thoughts on Lerman, if you have any?
This is when me and D have these conversations. I talk about hybrid players. This is why you need them. A player that came on as a centre midfielder and our centre back gets injured, and it allows us to bring on another midfielder and he can slot into centre backs. You need players that are either extreme specialists in one position, like Eze, a left 10, or you need players who can play in 2 positions extremely well. Specialists or 2, like 3, that's even better. Like Munoz is a specialist right wing back. Eze is a specialist left 10. Like Sarr can play striker and, do you know what I mean? Wharton specialist, Lacroix specialist. These are specialist players. Whereas you've got Richards, very good right centre back, very good left.
And play left side. Yeah.
There you go. So we this team. This is what the team needs, and Lerma is very good in centre midfield and left centre back, and he can even slot in at right centre back.
Yeah.
So Lerma, good again. You can't fault him.
Our new left wing back, Borna Sosa. I gave him a 60, game of 7. You go first on Sosa.
I gave him a 7. Just I was happy that he stepped up. It was a great penalty. It's not a great penalty because he missed the target. If I'm being honest, we've got to make the keeper work at minimum.
Yeah.
But he seems to be integrated in the squad well. I'm glad the rumours that he wasn't fit was nonsense, and he's going to be an important part of the squad. And I'm happy that his miss didn't mean anything, and it allowed Devaney to get the winner.
As he said on social media, he said that I wanted you to get the winner.
Yeah.
Again, 4 out of 6 passing. He had that one chance at the end, left side, gets the ball crossed, almost gets to Eze. Alisson catches. My disappointment was the penalty again. If you're in the mindset of, if I can score the penalty, we're going to win, just hit it down the middle, just blast it. But it was a well struck ball, but he elevated too much. But I thought, again, to have him in the squad to help Ty get some more rest, etc., I think that's good. And again, he missed the penalty, which is why I gave him a 6. But I thought he would, he did fine with on the pitch. But let's go to our final sub, which we had a discussion on. Justin Devaney. He played 1 minute, people, and he did have that brilliant chance to almost win on the Ebbs cross, as Lou mentioned earlier. It was on his right foot. But if you watch the replay, if he gets that a foot the other way, that's a goal. It's a really good shot. Alisson is at full stretch to save it. He would have been a hero. So, transitioning, I am so happy that it comes down to him. And what a penalty. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of Devaney. I'm a big fan of the academy. Lou and I have talked about Devaney. I see a little bit of Wharton in him, in the fact that he's got this head on the swivel. He sees things that other players don't see. He's left-footed. He's technically very good. I love his attitude. I love his relationship with Will Hughes and the rest of the squad, with Mateta after with the interview. I told you we're going to score the winning goal. And what a penalty, honestly, for a young kid. And it means so much to me as a longtime fan for the academy. If you're an academy kid now and you see what Devaney did yesterday, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
But honestly,
100%.
for me, the penalty gives him. Yeah, I could have given him a 10, but I mean, again, I'm trying to be somewhat thing. But 8.5 for me, 9 for me. Your thoughts on Devaney?
Yeah, like I'm referring back to the Glasner's talk at the end of the game when he said we needed cojones today, and that's what Devaney did, because he was the one who said, I'll take the 5th one. He said it with conviction. It wasn't just like a flimsy one. He could have easily had his head down after that chance going wide, because it's there. You probably think, oh, that was the chance. I'm not going to get another one. And let's just talk about the penalty. He absolutely levered it top corner. And as a penalty, when I took penalties, I was never one to go high. I didn't like high. I was hit the side netting. Like I can control it on the floor. If it goes up, it can balloon. But he's just absolutely stanched it, and unbelievable. I like the celebration, just calm. It was it was a perfect ending, I think. Perfect ending.
Really was. It could have been. And again, I was just watching the game at home. Again, not being able to go. I didn't feel any stress. I was texting Hambo back and forth about wouldn't it be great if you won on penalty kicks. We never do that. We haven't done it in 24 whatever years. And for him to do it, brilliant. So let's get to the man that brought us all this glory, Glasner. He gave him 11. I gave him a 10. Yeah, I gave him 100. Brilliant. Real quick, tactics, perfect setup. Obviously, the same 11 that played the cup final. Everybody knew their role. Soaked up the pressure. Didn't give Liverpool too much respect. Brought on the right player. Could have brought on Lerma. Brought on Hughes, which made a lot more sense because Lerma is the hybrid you were mentioning. Hughes did a great job. Brought on Sosa at the right time. Devaney came on. Devaney takes the 5th kick. Lerma comes on, moves from midfield back to centre half when Gahey's injured. Great speech. Great speech. He said he didn't say anything at penalties. It is what it is. But the end of the match speech, which I just watched, was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really, really inspiring, which all of his speeches are. I thought he was brilliant. Again, he goes head-to-head with managers that have won European trophies, like Pep last year, and beats them. Won last year in slot and beats them. He's just a brilliant manager. I mean, I'm going to miss him because he's going to leave at some point, hopefully later more than sooner. But he's a brilliant manager, and he deserves backing. He deserves our respect. Just love Glasner. Great job yesterday. But your final thoughts on the manager?
Listen, I don't know what more I can say about him. Unbelievable. I just really hope that he's backed. That's just get him the 3 players he needs. The 10, the centre back that can probably play the hybrid centre back, the centre midfielder. We need down the spine, 3 down the spine, and someone who can deputise for Munoz, and then we're good. Because I was looking at the bench and I was thinking, it's so annoying that Riyad, Decore, and Nketiah are not fit, because those 3 the squad looks completely different with those 3 in it.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the play ratings for our first trophy of the season. Palace 2-2, 3-2 on penalties over Liverpool. Luna will be back at some point to discuss the cast, but let's not worry about that now. But it will be obviously a preview for the Chelsea match coming up this weekend. But for me and Lou, that's it for today. Until next time, up the Palace.